together with y'all, man. Let me fix this stream, you heard me? Hopefully everybody doing all right this morning. Hopefully everybody doing A-OK. Hopefully everybody doing A-OK. That's interesting. That's real interesting. Yo, good morning. Good morning. I hope y'all doing all right. I'm gonna chop it up with y'all for a minute, real quick. Um, I took yesterday off, man. I don't know if y'all saw the great news. I don't know if y'all saw the great news. Let's do it like that. Hopefully this phone won't slip because it act like it's slipping. It's falling. It can't get up. Hopefully y'all saw the great news. At the prayer breakfast, Donald Trump came out and said that he's going to rededicate the United States of America on May 17th. And he's going to have a giant party for Jesus on the National Mall. I think it's amazing. I think it's freaking awesome. It's something that I've been praying for quite a while. And I'm excited about it. I mean, we had the revival upon the death of Charlie Kirk. And now we're in the midst of a demonic revival. I don't know if you realize that or not. We're in the midst of a demonic revival right now in America. It's Renee's good, blood shed. Then this other emergency room doctor clown, his blood was shed. And you can always tell with what type of blood was shed by the manifestation of the people after the shedding of blood. So you saw when Charlie Kirk's blood was shed, you saw the Holy Spirit come down. And then when you saw these other people's blood be shed and mingle with the earth, another spirit came down, which is, you can classify it as rebellion, because all you see is rebellion. The next thing that they're trying to get, the kingdom of darkness is trying to get, is the shedding of the blood of a young teenager. And that will be a third blood sacrifice, the trifecta for them. And they're doing their best to try and get that. That's why these kids are marching out into the streets. That's why you have all this foolishness going on. And they're getting close to getting it. I don't know if they will. If you're a praying person, you need to pray for those kids' safety. Because the truth of the matter is, kids is dumb. I mean, they're just stupid. That's why they're children. They're stupid. You know what I'm saying? In this modern day society, we have kids thinking that they know it more than their parents and know more than everybody else. And then they got AI and they got the internet and they got all the rest of this stuff, but they stupid. And then you tell them I can get out of school. They don't give a damn about no damn ICE. They just know they out of school, man. They don't care about no damn protest. They don't care about, they don't even know what's going on. They just know that they can get out of school. So they're going for their trifecta of 3 blood sacrifices to open a demonic portal. If you guys had opportunity to see any of the ceremony for the Olympics, it's just blood magic and portals and the giant 3 base colors, the crayon, like the ink pouring out the 3 primary colors. And if you understand about anything about colors, the 3 primary colors, when you mix them all together, it makes like this muddy, like damn near stainy gray when you mix all the primary colors together, which means that everybody's coming to be one. New World Order type foolishness. You can't tell the difference. That's why they had all the bright colors dancing around, and like it was like all this diversity. But then in the midst, you had these 3 primary colors poured out with just these 3 or 4 black people, like in black, just there. I mean, the demonic symbolism is crazy. And I don't know. I'll say this. It's better that you spend time now, like in prayer, talking to the Lord, hanging out with him, because as this stuff intensifies, you're going to need to be able to get access to information to, well, you know what's what. You know what I'm saying? I didn't watch the Olympic ceremony. I watched the clips of it. But you need to get access from another realm of information in order to deal with what's coming down the pipeline. Do you guys mind hitting the like button? It's like 41 likes and 122 people here. It gets on my nerves when all you have to do is just tap. You just gotta tap the screen like that. It's freaking insane. But it's one of those plays where we are witnessing. Oh my God, the battery going dead on this thing again. Y'all gonna hit a tone. It's been playing all night. So I'm pretty sure the battery is going dead. Hold on. Sorry about that. My speaker that does the beeping is doing the beeping because I let it play all night. And it still probably won't stop beeping. I probably should plug it up so it'll stop, or at least turn it off. I'll probably have to do that. Damn, we have 59 people, 120 views. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Watch this. Where we are now is very, very simple. They're looking to get a child sacrifice, and the more blood they can shed, the better. And most people think that blood sacrifice is just to spur more violence. What has to happen is they need to traumatize this generation and etch on their souls the way they etched on everybody else's souls through trauma. Now, the bloodshed itself is going to open the door for demons to possess and act a fool and do whatever they want to do with the people, but they need to etch on their souls. They need to write on their souls in trauma. So when you go back and look at the blood sacrifice of, what's it called? What's the black dude that got, they was like, I can't breathe. What's that black dude name, man? That led to BLM going crazy. George Floyd, right? When you look at George Floyd and what happened after the sacrifice of George Floyd, you saw this spirit of rebellion and spirit of which I would call destruction, lawlessness. That's what it was. The spirit of lawlessness come in and boom, take over. And it went through this period of lawlessness. And we've kind of come out of that period of lawlessness and moved to this next phase. Somebody says it's a murder, not a sacrifice. When blood mixes with the soil, it's a sacrifice. Get out your fucking feelings. Period. When you in the hood and all them Negroes get shot and they blood mixed with the earth, blood is a sacrifice. It's just that George Floyd being murdered was, oh my God, we gotta go burn everything down. The Negroes ain't gonna burn nothing down when King Von was murdered. When King Von murdered 1,000 people. Sit down with that foolishness, man. All right. So what you end up seeing is every time blood is shed and it mixes with the soil, a spirit comes in. But the trauma that was done to the people at that time period of the sacrifice of George Floyd, that trauma that played out, which was etched in the souls of a generation, is still there. And so you can go back generation after generation after generation after. It's why you always have these events, because it's etching trauma on the soul of a certain generation of people. And then that trauma is used to access over and over and over and over again to get people emotional, to get people in their feelings, to get people upset. And then they're losing their damn mind. It's the reason why the media does what it does. It's the reason why the media takes that event and pushes it forward to the spotlight, because it's part of that satanic system. They know exactly what they're doing. Now, getting back to the point of the children. See, they need to etch this trauma into the lives of those children. You know what I'm saying? They absolutely need to etch the trauma in the lives of those children. So you have a whole generation of, and this is primarily going to be Latino people, you know, and immigrant people that are traumatized and are angry. That's how they're sowing their seed for the votes later on. And then they get to be 20, 21, and now they're angry and they're like, I'm voting for the Democrats because this happened. But they do it to every age group. And they do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? They do it over and over and over again. Why is this thing getting so many notifications? So you want to be mindful of what you're seeing. Somebody asked about Operation Black Sun. You know, I'll put it to you like this. Where we are in the Operation Black Sun story, you're seeing, well, if you actually go read through the files, which are the Epstein files, you'll start to see some of the things that I was talking about in that story, 7, 8 years ago. And I believe on this next tranche, if not even in this tranche, I haven't looked, you'll start to see some of the names that are there. But it's one of those things where I rather, you know what I'm saying? I personally rather it play out for my own sake, for your sake, for everybody else's sake. You know what I'm saying? I personally rather it just play out to where I don't have to be like worried about what like I don't have to be worried about who's what and who's saying what, because it's a wild story, man. Like, remember, we were talking about the clones in the labs in China, and now they're talking about Zorro Ranch and the clones, but that's just the American side of it. All right, let's get back to what the point I'm making though. At the end of the day, what the deep state wants is, and you might as well, when you say deep state, you might as well say what satanic deep state. They need that sacrifice. I thought it was interesting. I was watching Alex Jones the other day, and they were talking about, yeah, man, you know, I think they're going to want a kid, like one of the producers, like, yeah, they need the blood of children. And if you go back, like last week or the week before, I was like, hey, you know, Alex is calling for there to be false flags. And I was like, nah, he's off. The false flag is the children. The reason why the false flag is the children, and it's obvious that the false flag is the children, is because that's the only thing left. And that's really innocent blood is the most precious thing. You know what I'm saying? Innocent blood is the most precious thing. So what they're looking for is to shed innocent blood. Now, the problem with the bloodshedding is because they're not of the age of accountability, there's a certain level of innocence that's there. But because many of these kids that they have out there have already made decisions that they're either not male or female, or they're they, them, they're, you know, they decide that they're binary or non-binary. Well, how do they call it? Is it binary, non-binary? What is it is it non-binary? Or like my boy said, or cats and dogs, or, you know what I'm saying? Because many of these kids have made these decisions, then quite frankly, they've given up the little bit of protection that they have via the dominion given to them by God. And so they going out in the streets and just getting full on demon possessed. Non-binary, thank you. Yeah, non-binary means I'm not A or B, right? So yeah. So they've given up their dominion. There's a contract of dominion. They handed over that contract of dominion to Satan, saying, yeah, I'm not male or not female. Remember, the Bible says, for God made man in his own image. Let us make man in our own image and our likeness. He made them male and female. There's male, female, there's them. If you go study it carefully, male, female, them. He defines them. He uses the term them, like make man, and he uses the term them. Then he defines them as male and female. But in between them, in between that is a them. In between that is a they. All I'm saying is, You got to be mindful of the fact that these kids who've been systematically taught that they can be anything are choosing not to be what God made them to be. So they just like this cup of methylene blue right here. You know what I'm saying? And it's supposed to be either methylene blue or water. But no. They just don't have nothing in their cup. So guess what? A little demon come crawling in the cup like, blah, 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 blah. And then they do this demonic drinking. And then that's what happens, man. Demons just drink them. Blah, blah, blah. That's what happened to the kids, man. And so we're going to see an issue. You're going to see it keep getting worse. The only thing that can be done, and I'm hoping that this will activate the parents. If it doesn't activate the parents, hopefully it'll activate the grandparents. You know what I'm saying? But some form of authority in the kid's life needs to be activated. And then some form of authority in the nation needs to deal with the liberal teachers. Now remember, majority of these liberal teachers, and I can show you images of them, majority of those liberal teachers, they already, thems. They already neither male nor females. You know what I'm saying? They already made their decision. So they already, the demon been with them like this for 10 years. Blah, 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 blah. 10 years he been doing that to them. And so then they come into the school with the kids. They get in the classroom. The first thing they do is blah, vomit that shit on the kids. So we got a whole ecosystem of people who've given up their dominion. A whole ecosystem of people who gave up their dominion. What is that? A whole ecosystem of people who gave up their damn dominion. And then what's going to happen next is, somebody mentioned the Super Bowl halftime show, right? Now we're finna have a celebration of the they-thems. That's what Bad Bunny is. Bad Bunny is the they-thems taking a center stage. Neither male nor female taking a center stage. Last year was, they had Kendrick Lamar. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Boom, 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 boom. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Come on, bro. Shit be right in front of everybody's face. Remember, everybody was watching Super Bowl and it was like, man, nobody even know Kendrick Lamar songs. But there he was up there. They not like us. Blah. They not like us. Blah. They not like us. No, you ain't like them. If you male and female. You know what I'm saying? They thems. They are thems. And then it's crazy. They say my pronouns are they thems. Meaning they are them. They them. So, bro, all I can tell you is this. Like, if you got a family, somebody say XX or XY. Yeah. I'm with you. But them thems is some other shit. That's all I'm saying. It's whatever you want to be. Like, today I identify as a leaf blower. That's what I'm going to start doing on my videos. Today, hi, my name is James Williams. Today I identify as a leaf blower. And every 5 minutes, we go in the middle of the damn video. Hey, today, my name is James Williams. Today, I identify as a cup. I'm just going to pour water on my head. You just act a damn fool. That's, anyway, let me quit playing. Y'all stop having me go down a rabbit hole of joking. I'm trying to keep it serious. In order to beat this, it's going to take two things. It's going to take the government to do what the government's supposed to do. especially at the federal level, and quit playing games. If you got a teachers union, I don't give a damn the head of the teachers union is black, because everybody, they use black women as shields. She a wicked black woman, she a wicked black witch. Get rid of her. The teachers union allowing teachers to march out. You fire the head of the teachers union, or you just ban the union. Right then and there. I'd have been on the phone with the head of the teachers union as president. This has been my phone. Ring, ring. Then be like, hello? Yeah, this is President Williams. How can I help, Mr. President? I think you done lost your mother effing mind. And I'm going to give you exactly 10 minutes to get everybody on the phone in your union right now. Put me on hold. Start calling all the union heads. Whoever you can get in the next 10 minutes is going to work. But you need to get all them damn union heads on the phone from every state. Well, Mr. President, I'm not trying to hear none of that stuff you talking about. Do it right now. And then I will get as many on the phone as possible. I say, I want you to understand, I'm the most blackest president you ever seen in your life. You thought Donald J. Trump was black because he act like a black dude posting memes. I'm more blacker than Donald. And I will slap the piss out of you if you do not get these children back in school. I will do everything I can do to undermine you. I will do everything I can do to destroy you. I will destroy your personal life. I will kill your cat and your dog if you do not get these kids back in class. Well, Mr. President, you can't threaten me. I'd be like, Delta Force, get in here. Somebody give me Delta Force. Give me pictures of her cat and her dog. They only love cats and dogs anyway. I have a little video of her little cat. Like, you see this cat? Ain't this your cat? I'm sending you a picture of your cat. That's your cat? Blow the cat up. Boom. Oh, man, I would go crazy. It'd be one by one by one by one by one by one. They'd be like, the president is a psycho. Yeah, I'm retarded. The president's a psycho. But that's what needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what needs to happen. They need to go. They need to be arrested. Teachers need to be fired. Teachers need to be arrested. Kids will stop. But as long as you deal with this generation of people who never had no consequences for the actions, and if you let a timeout generation, it's one thing for a timeout generation, and this is the craziest thing to me about this. This is the same generation of people, the same people that don't believe it, that believe babies should be aborted and children should be aborted. But then they get in the classroom and then they won't raise your child. But they won't abort their own damn children. But they won't raise your child. They won't raise your son, your daughter, your granddaughter, but they want to abort their own children. That's how you know it's demonic. They don't want to have children, but then they want to train your child. It's pure on demonology. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said we need to remove government, period. Now I think we need a little bit of government, homie. We need less government, but we need a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to get rid of all of it. That open a whole nother can of worms. But we don't need as much as we got right now. I agree with you. The problem that we have is powers, because of what Joe Biden did and Barack Hussein Obama did and George Bush did. You see, power started to transition back to the states. And so now states are empowered in a manner in which they really weren't empowered before. And so if you live in a ranked devil state, then you just trapped with a bunch of ranked devils. And then what happens is all the people who help vote in the damn ranked devils, like Mendami, right? Them jackasses voted for Mendami. Now they can't get their cars out the snow. Now they can't get their trash picked up. Now you want to leave New York City, come to Louisiana, come to Texas, come to Florida, come to Mississippi, and then your silly behind gonna come down here and do the same thing. You think you would learn the damn lesson. What we need to do is build walls around them cities and leave them trapped in there. Yeah, don't build a wall around New York, leave them trapped in there. You want them diamond? You got them diamond. Forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. But you just pick up and run. All the people from California who picked up and ran, and they ran down to New Orleans. Guess what they done did? They done gentrified, bought up everything, bought up people, grandma houses. And then they're like, oh my God, James, I can't believe, did you know someone robbed me last night? Girl, you in a CPT. What you talking about? You on Willow Street. What you thought nobody was gonna rob you? Oh my goodness, James. Who sold you on that lie? Who sold you on that lie? And then liberal white folks just lying to liberal white folks. It's okay to live right here. Just we need to take care of this neighborhood. Man, y'all lunch. You lunch. Your lunch. So, I think I'm done. I didn't do my short videos for the day. I just wanted to holler at y'all. More importantly than anything, I want y'all to understand something. Keep watching the waters, man. If you keep watching the dark waters, you always gonna be ahead of stuff because I be giving it to you from a spiritual lens, way ahead of everybody else. Be calling it. DW, you ain't called nothing. Last year I called the battle between Donald Trump and Greenland. This year, last year I called the intensified satanic Olympics. Last year I called what you about to see this year, the new virus that's coming. I mean, it's just so much. What I really need my producer to do is go back and pull all the stuff that I called that done came true. I'll just be sitting there talking to y'all in a moment. Boom, this is gonna happen. Boom, this is gonna happen. Boom, this is gonna happen. Boom, this is about to happen. You know what I'm saying? You heard me? Hey, man, if you're going to troll, dog, you got to hit the like button, dog. I don't have no problem with you trolling. But if you're going to be a troll, you need to troll and like at the same time. You heard me? Because what could happen is we could lay up here and we could have the moderators start throwing the trolls out. But I don't believe in that. I feel like if you want to troll, swing through. You know what I'm saying? Slide in. Slide in. Say what you're going to say. Troll. Go to the next stream. All you're doing is doing your finger like this. That's the problem with y'all trolls. Y'all just doing like this all day long with your fingers. You know, because you got micro penis. So you like, let me scroll all day long. Let me scroll. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna see. Big John said you've been correct 95% of the time. Yeah, people don't get it, Big John. I was 100% correct when it came to the monsters and stuff. But that was easier research. Because that's just people. You know what I'm saying? That's just people. People are very, very predictable. All right, short video creation time. Keep watching the waters, man. I want you to understand. Today, I ain't doing nothing but water shorts, man. Everything is water. It's going to be clean waters. It's going to be dirty waters. It's going to be alligator-infested waters. Everything is all about the waters, man. And just in case you don't understand it, why I say keep watching the waters, I'm going to make it clear to you. You see, water is life, man. You die without it. Water is the truth, man. Water got memory, man. The oldest thing, like when you drink a glass of water, I want you to understand something. When you drink a glass of water, millions of people before you done drunk that same water, man. When you pee that water out, millions of people done pee that water out, man. That's just the real deal. Keep watching the waters, man. My man say Watergate. Yeah. Jesus walked on them waters. Jesus is the living waters. There you go. Out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. You heard me? So I'm just telling y'all, keep watching the waters, man. Keep watching the waters, man. The Obama meme was about Benghazi. Man, I ain't give a damn about that damn Obama meme. Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. I don't know why people got mad about that. All of a sudden, we get mad about memes. They sacrificing children, and we get mad about memes. The hell, man. I'm damn about no damn meme. All right, catch up with y'all later.